with your August 2023 Oracle reading. And I'm going to do this similar to the way I did it last month. I apologize again. I'm in the process of moving. If you want to watch the update video and where we're at on that process, but like was like trying to pull decks for this month. I'm like, where are all my decks? Because half of them are upstairs now. But it's August 2023. So right now we have a lot going on astrologically. We have Venus in retrograde. We have Chiron in retrograde. And it's also the Lionsgate portal. So very energetic time. So without further ado, this month we are using the Devil's Deck by Shiva Honey. Sorry, it's got like a gold foil, so it reflects a bit. This is a really cool deck I picked up earlier this year. It also comes with a book, or you could buy a book separately, I think called The Devil's Tome, because sometimes the cards will refer to like doing a ritual or something that's in that book. So that's the first deck we're going to use. I'm going to pull the cards for that real quick. Sorry. I did not shuffle it very well because they were the cards I got the last time I did a reading with this deck. Let's get some good shuffling going on here. Hope everyone's doing well. While I'm shuffling and pulling cards, just to give you a quick update, I will be moving by the end of September. It depends on whether I rent or buy. So, anywho. Alrighty. I'm going to pull the other cards too, so we can kind of get through this relatively quick. The next deck I'm using, this one I picked the Dark Mirror one, specifically to kind of go with the Chiron retrograde, because this is all kind of like shadow work based, like what aren't you seeing kind of things in any situation. That might give you some stuff to work on, because Chiron is sort of Chiron's a planetoid, and I think it's, I'm gonna say Greek mythology. I always get the Greco-Roman. Well, we have a jumper, so hold on. I think that's the card that wants to come out for pile one. So Chiron is the sort of personification of the wounded healer. So all right. And lastly, we will be using the Soul Helper deck. I like this deck a lot, actually. I think this is a newer one. The Dark Mirror I've had a while. I think this one I picked up this year, or late last year, maybe. It all blends together after a fashion. So. Alrighty. So without further ado, if you want to pick pile one, pile two, pile three, I'm going to go through them sort of consecutively. So we're going to start with pile one. So what we have here from the Devil's deck is Sacred Rest. And then from Dark Mirror, we have Is This Me? And from the Soul Helper, we have Live in This World as a Dreamer. So let's see what your reading is today. And you can also pick all of them too. It doesn't matter. You can pick any pile, all piles, a couple, whatever you feel drawn to. And I hate decks that don't have things in any. Okay, here we go. Sacred Rest. Rest is a rejuvenating activity that we often ignore due to the demands of life. When mindfully cultivated, it can be a powerful tool for healing and growth. Assess your relationship with productivity. Is it healthy? Are you getting enough sleep? Do you have adequate downtime? How do you feel when you don't get enough time to sleep or relax? I can relate to this. How do you feel when you do get enough time. How can you carve out more time for this, detach from what your burdens and demands are for a while, make rest a priority, find peace in your own solitude. Very excellent advice. I've got to say, like, I'm not good at taking time off. I kind of just sometimes I feel like I have to knock myself out to take time off. Probably not the healthiest way to do that, but yeah, I work hard for y'all. So, but I have been enjoying like going away a little bit for the weekends. That's been really nice for me. So the second card for pile number one is this me? And that's this card again. Um, so I cannot recognize myself, but I'm still me. This card is not about an affirmation, but rather a question. Is this me? Can I recognize myself? Maybe yes, maybe no, but for sure. I lost the road I once had. The last time I stopped to really think about it in my heart, I feel like maybe kind of like maybe the high school girl that went to prom, but truly, I'm now 45. I weigh, kind of gives you a little story here, but it kind of gives you sort of the, what you thought of, what you want, how you feel, what you want to be, um, what's important in your life. So, like, really to kind of examine, I think this is really saying, like, to examine who we are. Do we like ourselves? And then not making excuses. And, because the choices, I always say all roads lead somewhere. Like, even like, I mean, even the shittiest choices and most traumatic choices I've had in life have at least gotten me here. So, still, hashtag not dead yet. So do we like who we are? And if an old dream is dead, it's time to dream anew. If an old dream is alive, it's time to go back to it. So yeah, I feel like this pile is really resonating with me right now. So yeah, it's about figuring out who you are sometimes, and it's never too late to explore a new aspect of yourself, to explore who you are, to change, to adapt, to find something, um, to revitalize something within yourself. So then we have the soul helper one. Live in this world as a dreamer. Sorry, my ring light is making it eat. Create a future paradise. The dreamers of this world are active creators of their own lives and futures, in close touch with their imagination and inventiveness. A power creative potential awaits each of us when we tap into these aspects of ourselves. With its perfectly balanced energy, that really seems to be the theme here is balance. When we're looking at the rest and between active and inactive, and then is this me, reevaluating who we are, and now we have this. Um, Dreamers are deeply connected with their own magic, whether they are aware of it or not. When they dream, they let go of everything and enter a space where only magic exists. Keep your bold, brave, and beautiful dreams safe in your heart. They are worth more than all the riches of the world. Dream with every fiber of your being for the benefit of all living creatures. Is this your mission? Indeed, your responsibility. To imagine your dreams, a world like paradise. Dream a better world for us all. Such a world can ultimately only be created by those capable of imagining it. This is the ancient cosmic law of analogy. As within, so without. Only what is within us can be manifested in the outside world. That's got a lot of Baphomet energy there. Give your dreams and the images you see in your mind's eye even greater power by experiencing them more intensely so they can guide you towards your potential. This card indicates that you're in a time in which dreams have more creative power than ever before. Your feelings and emotion are the magic that will make your dreams come true more quickly. Make use of your light and give in to your dreams. Dream a paradise for all living things. Visualize it every day and intensify these dreams with the helpers suggested. So it mentions here the power animal you could work with for this is the otter. Herb or essential oil, fragrance wise, sandalwood. Crystal would be Moki marbles. They're also called Boji stones or shaman stones. They're actually really cool. They're great. They're big, like they're kind of big. You kind of sort of have like, I think you have kind of like a masculine and feminine one, but they're really great to work with. And the number is 8 if you're into numerology, which I am not. So that was pile 1. Pile number 2, we have generosity, Queen of My World, and release your creative energies. Sorry, this one is just really hard to. I'm not as familiar with it, so I don't know where in the book to look. It's organized oddly. Please tell me I didn't somehow miss it. Okay. Generosity. Develop a balance between giving and receiving. It's a very balancey kind of thing, which would be funny if it was Libra season, but we're in Leo right now. So establish symbiotic relationships with those around you. Find space where you can thrive within this exchange. Where can you reframe relationships so that they are more balanced? How can you give back to your friends, family, community? How can you give back to yourself? Give, but not to the point where you feel depleted. Ask for what you need. It's good advice. So we have Queen of My World from Dark Mirror. And that is, I set limits to my world. Inside I'm a queen, and outside is lost. So there is a space out and a space in. There is my realm and what is mine, and there are other places. I will not care if my world is made of thorn and ice, and if it's carved by my blood. My world is my world. So this is a lot about being in control of your in every aspect of your world. Um, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm not feeling what the shadow work of this is. It might just be that there's. I guess what I'm feeling here is that control that comes with that, with the way that they're kind of positing this. Like, I rule. I decide the borders. I am the law. I'm the blood in the veins of its heart. I'm the warrior in the bride. It's almost like you're being too much and you're asking too much of yourself. That's what I feel like this card is kind of saying without saying it. And in terms of that generosity is again, we're getting that message of finding some balance here. So that's what I feel like. It's like, yes, it's great to stand in your own power, but sometimes it can be a lot, it's just finding that balance, finding what works for you, and going with the generosity card, asking for help. That can be very hard for some people. So let's see what it says about release your creative energies. There is a magical flow of creativity in all of us. It is unique and feels different for each individual. How these energies express themselves varies from a person to person and from situation to situation. As children, we simply surrender ourselves to these creative energies and feel the joy that what they bring us. But they also bring inner peace, balance, and concentration, helping us to forget about time and to be in the moment. Remember your childhood and the games you used to play. You were so in touch with the imaginative side of your character. Do not use your creative powers in the hope of achieving recognition and fame, since they will simply flow away from you and into others instead. The reason you have drawn this card is to help you release your creativity and to use these energies for yourself. Repressing them will only lead to gathering and manifesting as blockages in your energy system, making you feel at odds with the world and discontent. So again, this is kind of pulling into that overall message of balance, of balancing energies, balancing work and play, balancing your presence, and stuff like that as well. So, um, So let's see. Whatever kind of work you do, find some time and be creative now. So I think that kind of relates a little bit to that generosity card as well. Um, it's of great importance for you in your soul path and will bring you healing and peace. So the power animal you can work with is the hawk. Um, the essential oil, fragrance, or fruit is grapefruit. The crystal you can use either cat's eye or red tiger's eye. I love red tiger's eye. I actually have to get some cat's eye, and the number you'll work with is 7. Ugh, sorry, neighbors playing noisy music outside. So for pile number 3, we have bind, cut, banish, colorless angel, and you are caught up in a drama. Alrighty, so let's see what it says. Okay. All right. So what situations are holding you down? I'm seeing right here, especially with the bind, cut, and banish and the drama, very clearly interrelated. What situations are holding you down? Which relationships are stealing the air, like sucking the air out of the room? Take an inventory of all that restricts you. Are you willing to free yourself? Can you move past a trauma that has bound you? Find the courage to examine your discomfort and make a commitment to liberation. So for this, you could do what it suggests for this is you could do like a kind of, I mean, you could do a binding ritual, you could do a cord cutting, you could do a banishing ritual, something like that, to remove those energies or that person, especially if it's related to the drama card. That might be a really clear indicator there of what needs to be done. So the next card is Colorless Angel, and that's from the Dark Mirror. Apathy is crowned king of nothingness and the shining queen of whatever. God, I have never heard a more Gen X statement in my entire life. I'm now the shining queen of whatever. Anyways, sorry. That aside. So this is really showing us here a lot of extremes. Here we could be Siegfried, the dragon slaying hero, but not when he slays the dragon, nor when he is betrayed and dies, but when he is simply doing nothing. We could be Archangel Michael while he sits bored and motionless, and St. George surprised in a moment of stillness and nothingness. All the strong rivers can become a swamp when they reach the plains. There's a lot of darkness. We make the habit of going gray. We numb our senses with the fog of delays, and then we get indifferent to the fog. I'm here, we whisper, and if by a very tiny chance someone notices and replies, who's there, we become shy and stay silent a little more. You cannot be saved unless you face the dragon, and the dragon hurts. Huh. Yes, of course it does. I feel like here what it's meaning by the dragon, I think that's related either to a specific person or drama. But I think what it's saying here is maybe you're being quiet about this, or you're sitting on the fence, or accepting someone's behavior and might be afraid to speak up. I mean, I know I've been there personally. So let's see what it says about caught up in a drama from the Soul Helper. It is 40. It's often funny how, like, the reason I use multiple decks is it kind of does tell a story over, like, one or two cards, or cards from the same deck might not give you the same kind of story arc. So you are caught up in drama. Act to free yourself. So again, that goes back to this bind, cut, banish card, and change and blossom again. So realizing that we're responsible for the prisons we create for ourselves and the dramas in our life is quite a challenge. They arise simply because something is not going the way we would like it to, or worse still, other people are not behaving as we would like. You have now strayed far from the path of your soul. You become lost in sadness, careless of yourself, neglecting your true needs, and feeling sorry for yourself. You've drawn this card because a great opportunity now awaits you. Choose to take it now. It is up to you. The ball is in your court. Recognize there is a gift, a great chance ready for the taking in everything. You and you alone are responsible for your life, your happiness, and for how difficult or otherwise you make your life. Resist the temptation to ask friends, colleagues, or neighbors for advice. They cannot know how you feel when your emotional needs are. It is up to you. It is your responsibility. Take a look at your life, how it feels. Find the germ of change within you, the spark of wonder, lightness, and emotional abundance, and allow them to grow and blossom in your heart. Take action. Start to change things. It does not really matter what you change, but make a start. Begin with yourself or your home. Once you do so, the paralysis that has been holding you captive in your own drama will be broken. So, your helpers, you can work with the power animal, the dolphin, the essential oil of fruit lemon. This might be good to do the lemon. There's a particular lemon curse or lemon spell. I haven't done a video on it, but if you search on YouTube, you'll find different ways to do it. So that might be a way to kind of like get the bind, cut, and banish for that person. The crystal you could work with is Larimar. I love that stone. And the number is 4. Anyways, so that is our reading for the month of August 2023. I can't believe it's August already, but here we are. I will be back again next month. Hopefully, once I get settled after the move. There may, given that a lot of stuff's gonna be happening towards the end of September, there might be a delay for the October video, but I'll figure it out. Maybe me in my car, I'm on the phone doing a reading. But anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate you all for being members of our channel and Patreon. Have a good one. Bye.